I like short films when they don't really want to tell the whole story in 5 or 10 minutes or 15 minutes. I prefer experimentation, visual compromise, uh, looking for new ways to to capture a sensation or capture the audience. Experimentation. And I think that you can deal with it talking about feature films. If you don't put on risk something, what's the case of doing it? You have to put on risk. Sometimes in short films you can put on risk language or whatever. But anyway, in every time you do a movie, or it doesn't matter if it's short film or whatever, you are putting on risk and you are getting in touch with some part of yourself that you don't really know. It was very interesting, like 10 years ago or 8 years ago, I was making a documentary at the Havana Film Festival, and I was asking the directors, how did you change with your movie? Did you change with your movie? And you know, women were saying, directors, woman, she was saying, for example, well, I think that telling stories from women to women, and yeah, I was like, okay, but did you change with your movie? And they weren't like able to, and I interviewed another director saying, did you change with your movie? And the other director, I think the problems of Latin America are, okay, I understood that looking at your movie, but did you change with your movie? And I said, well, maybe I'm not a documentarist. I know how to ask a proper way. This question is like, maybe this is my fault. I don't know how to ask. Until I got Rui Guerra, the Brazilian director, who said, he heard the question and said, when you are doing a commercial movie or a political movie, it's more or less easy. When you are making a movie with your unknown, then it's different. It's like if you start making a movie being this tall, green hair, no eye, and at the end you are like this tall, red hair, three eyes. It's like different. I mean, when you are making a movie with your unknown, you end the story differently, physically speaking, different.
And did you change with your movie?
Yes, in both of them. In both of them, because I mean, and it's very, yes, it's physical, because if you if you are taking 5 years or 3 years to make a movie, you are always different. I mean, in every
Aspect.
physically aspect, exactly in every aspect.
All right. Now, more questions. We got a question over here. And if you could repeat a little bit of the question after they
Okay.
ask it. So over
Okay.
here.
Before you were a filmmaker, you probably like read and watched a lot of movies that turned internationally. Now that you actually are, do you still read a lot? Do you still watch movies every day or something? And if so, like who are you reading? Who are you watching?
Okay, I didn't get that.
Oh, who's influencing you now? Books, movies. What are you reading that influences you?
I like very much Italo Calvino, the writer, the Italian writer, because he said something I really like. He wrote a book called, it's going to be so difficult to translate, but he's talking about lightness and weight. And if you are, he says that lightness is a very great way to say things. And he was comparing his stuff with, for example, Milan Kundera, the Czechoslovakian writer, who is really dark and very, very dramatic and very depressing and he was comparing in this article, very long article, about lightness and heaviness.
Heaviness.
Heaviness. No? And he was saying, Leibniz is great. Leibniz is great to tell things. And I like that very much because I think that in some way it's intelligent, money-wise speaking, because you can be very light and you get love and you can say things. Under you are saying things. And it's nice because people get love, people enjoyed it, and you leave the audience with that, which is I'm very, I like to leave the sensation of people because I think that these times is very difficult, very hard, and everything is like take you down, and I don't want to do that. I think that art, sometimes people think that art has to be tough, depressing, obscure, negative, and Calvino was saying, no, art can be what you want. And lightness is a great thing to do. And when we show up this Por la Libre, a journalist was asking, don't you feel bad about making a light movie? And I said, this is light, but it's not stupid. It's not the same. Light is not stupid. It's not superficial, necessarily. There are a lot of things that are light and stupid, superficial, whatever. But if you are dramatic and negative and obscure, that doesn't mean that you are an artist too. That means that this is your way to see life and whatever, but that doesn't mean that you are deep about what you are telling. Lightness is not superficial, not necessarily superficial.